Hey y'all, Colin Reaction Sweet back at y'all with another scratch video. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope you having a great day. I'm sending positive vibes your way. Let's go ahead and jump into this scratch video. Got a couple of things I kind of want to talk about. Well, not a couple of things, but a thing or two to talk about today. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into our scratchers. Happy Black History Month. Let's stay on top of that. We're doing a scratcher at least every day or more than one scratcher every day. Alright, so today I think we are going to go ahead and jump into the winter double match. Let's do that one first. Two ways to play. This is a $2 California scratcher. Winter double match here went up to $20,000. That's pretty much it. That's all I see. Match 3 prizes win that prize. Match any number to your number and then you win that prize. So it's pretty straightforward, to the point. Alright, so with that being said, what I wanted to say was, you know how, let me get the numbers out here real quick. Not when you know how, but I recently went to my uncle's funeral, wake services. Basically it was a service. It wasn't really like a funeral. He was cremated and they just had a service afterwards. So, and it took some time because his kids were going through some things or whatever. So by the time everybody got together, the emotions wasn't as high. So it was more of a get together, relaxed vibe. So that was pretty cool. The numbers that are showing are 8, 31, and 13. But with that being said, my uncle, my mother's oldest brother, one of a twin, so he was a twin. My grandmother's oldest children. Remember, I told you we come from a good big family, and that, of course, almost all families have a little bit of drama going on and dysfunction. We are a big family, so we have a lot of drama going on and dysfunction throughout from birth on up, and that's just how it's been. The numbers here are 34, 35, 20, 27, and 19. I don't see any of those numbers. I'll scratch our bottom line and move on. Pause it for a minute. Give me a second, y'all. Alright, so yeah. So yeah, we was at the service, basically. I said, so you know how all their old friends come and all that. Basically, these are the friends that were around when I was a kid. Oh, let me do this next row, my bad. So they were around when I was a kid. And I was talking to one of my daughters, and I was like, you see everybody over there at that table. And I wasn't trying to be ugly or nothing like that, because like I said, I'm always trying to improve myself, always trying to be a better me. But you know, when you think about the past and all the traumatic stuff that you go through, if you have went through anything, and you think about the people that was around when you was going through these traumatic things, you know, it kind of like, it's a trigger. It could be a trigger. That line revealed 9, 22, 3, 29, and 26. I don't see any of those numbers. I'm going to go ahead and scratch our barcode. Sorry about that. We'll get back into the story in a minute. I'm going to scratch our barcode, and then we'll do another ticket. I didn't see any winners there. But yeah, it's like a trigger, okay? It'll bring up whatever was happening at that time, whatever trauma you may have been going through or whatever. So that basically, so when I saw this certain group sitting at a table, it was like a table of 10 because we have these big round tables. We're going to do another San Francisco, you guys. Know that ticket already. If you are here and you're back watching the video and you have not subscribed and you might like this kind of videos or whatever, if you want to subscribe and you think you might like coming back and seeing the scratchers and hearing the stories, go ahead and subscribe, push that like button and that notification button. I'm so grateful for all the subscribers that I do have, and I'm grateful for the ones that will be coming on board in the future. So I'm gonna get back to the story. Basically, let's start here with the extra point. So yeah, like I said, that's a trigger. So yeah, they were all sitting there, a group of 10, maybe 8 men, 2 women, all of whom used to come to my home, in particular my mom's home, when we were little. And what I mean by when I was little, I'm gonna say elementary. So at elementary age. So we didn't get any field goals there. Let's go ahead and get our winning numbers. So they all over there, they sitting. And of course, I've seen several people already. And usually when people see me, and some other people might have that too, it's always like, usually just like your mom. I've had that ever since I was a young girl. They've been saying that. When I was younger, I really used to hate it. It kind of irritated me, I don't know, because I felt like, I always felt like my mom never had my back. So I'm like, just to hear that I looked like her and knowing that she didn't like me or whatever her feelings were toward me, it kind of gave me some ill feelings. The winning numbers are 22, 18, 15, 17, 9, and 29. So I kind of had ill feelings in the past as a child. I'm not trying to be like I was really disrespectful, but I would just be like, like to myself, I don't look like her. I guess I felt like I don't act like her, really. But I would be like, I don't look like her. I actually do look like her now. I realize that. Let's move on. The numbers. Our first card reveals 8, 12, 28, 3, and 35. I want to hurry up and get the story out. Okay, so with that being said, so I'm telling my daughter this particular group, like, look over there. I feel like I can just walk up to all of them right now and say, hey, I remember all you guys. Every last one of you guys. You guys used to all smoke that fucking dope outside my bedroom when my mom used to try to tell us to go to sleep when there's a whole party like damn near arm's distance because we lived in like a 750 something square foot home, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and it's Jack and Jill bath. So to get to the bathroom, you have to come through either bedroom, our bedroom, or my mom's bedroom. Either way ain't cool, and more than likely they coming through the children's bedroom. They're not going through the master's bedroom. So it's really annoying. Go to bed, but we got a whole bunch of dope heads in the right next to us, partying like a motherfucker when we need to get up at 6 in the morning so we can be on our way. So yeah, that's kind of how like what came up to me. That's all what flashed in my head. Like a smoky table, motherfuckers playing dominoes or cards or whatever the fuck they was playing, and they just partying. And my mom was like, go to bed. Because we in there acting the fool too. We acting like Jumanji up in that motherfucker. How the fuck can we go to bed and y'all having a whole dope section outside? So that's what came to my head when I saw them. And my daughter just laughed. I didn't tell her all what I just said right there. But that was exactly what I got some light shining through here. That was exactly what that came to my mind when I seen them. So I wanted to go over there and like say that to them. But let me tell you what happened. But stop me. And I don't know if I read the third row. It's 26, 25, 17, 38, and 19. And when I'm saying this, I'm saying be mindful around your kids because, we don't forget. We grow up into adults and we still remember everything. A lot of the things. I'm going to say everything. We might not remember it exactly as it happened, but we definitely remember, yeah, this is what happened and this is who was doing it when we were younger. So I wanted to go over there and say, yeah, I remember all you guys smoking, you dope heads, smoking all that shit around us. And it wasn't no fucking weed. Not that's a goddamn excuse to smoke because it's just weed. But you guys were doing everything up under the sun up in there. Smoking and drinking and talking crazy. And that's where half the shit that I say and talk like the fuck I talk is because of you. People like you and people like my mom that raised me. So it definitely matters the upbringing that you give your child because they definitely are going to be absorbing things along the way. Inside the house, outside the house, at the school, all kind of different stuff just coming in, okay? And whatever they going through, like on whatever just happened overall. Shit. But I didn't do that. I didn't go over there. That row revealed 31, 23, 14, 33, and 34. I didn't go over there. I kept my face, I held my head high. I spoke to people. I was nice. I even had another trigger there that I'm going to go ahead and dive into. And then I'll say what I'm most proud of. So another trigger is that last row reveals 7, 39, 37, 32, and 1 is actual close member, which is a brother to the actually offender that has put me through my traumatic childhood, was there too. You know, because he knows the family, of course. He's my younger brother's uncles. So he was there. And that's the trigger for me because that's bringing up some shit that had definitely happened to me and that is in close relationship to this person. And so I'm like, oh wow, double whammy. I'm being tested here. They are testing me because as a child, I did not want to go and have any of the mental services. I did not want to talk to a therapist. It was not for me. I probably said it before in past videos. They asked me the same questions, whoever I would talk to. And it just got a little bit redundant for me. Like, I kind of felt like I was being tortured. Like, I feel like I was being accused of doing something and not the person who had done something to me. So, and I took it all the wrong way as far as the therapy sessions going and stuff like that. But when I became an older an adult, and much older, not 20s, not 30s, I'm gonna say around 40s, yeah, I did go back and I did get some help and some therapy and I did talk it out and I did discuss things. So there's nothing wrong with talking to somebody, getting some mental health services if you need them, and make going to therapy at least 2 or 3 times a week if it's that bad, or once a week, or whatever you may need. It is not anything wrong with it. There's a lot of stigma tied to it, but I definitely overlooked it. I pulled up my big girl panties, honey, and went on in and talked to somebody. And it took a few people, I'm gonna say, was it that time? Well, no. This was the last in my official time. It didn't take a few people. I backed that up. It took a few people in the past to get me to this person. They had pressed me. I had not known that I was being prepared for the one that I was going to really actually opened up to and talk to. So all the time from a child as a teenager, trying to get these services and not doing it, not being compliant as a teenager. As a young adult, not even thinking about talking to nobody. I don't care. I'm over it. As a little bit older adult, still going on about my life. It caught up with me probably when I started getting sick physically, and I had to sit down and not work. And then my mom passed away, and then that's when it really kicked in. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to somebody. So that all that stuff had prepared me to talk to this person. She was heaven sent. I thank her. May she rest in peace. She was killed by a drunk driver. I will go further into that another day. But her name is Amy Literal, and I'm very grateful to her. I was able to talk to her in a way that I wasn't able to talk to anyone in the past, and she was able to receive me the way that I felt like no one had ever received me before in the past. And we had great sessions. She was my therapist for a while, and I will elaborate on that in another video. But when I said all that to say this, those triggers were there at the ceremony. These triggers were there, and thanks to good old Amy Literal, I was able to just breathe and not speak, because had I spoken, things would have gotten ugly.